Hello.
Everyone.
Hey, so how you doing there, folks? Here we are with another hit coming at you from Theater 444.
Somebody's saying they can't see us.
Well, let's see if maybe it gets a little better. We've been dealing with a few gremlins tonight. My power went out a half hour ago, and so anyway, see you now. Awesome. Thank you.
Great.
So here we are again with another cabaret night. This one we are calling Dream Rolls. And, this show brought to you by COVID-19.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for showing up. Share us out so that more people can watch tonight. We've got a great show ahead of us. It's going to be awesome.
We sure do. And, we were joking when we were putting this together about COVID-19, but, it's funny. Here we are putting this show together, and we've got a performer coming to us tonight from Las Vegas. We've got...
Hi, Mary.
Mary. Yay. We've got a performer coming from in Texas. All of a sudden, it went out of my brain where Atlanta. Yeah, but where in Texas is right. I lost it.
Oh, Houston, I think.
Is it Houston? Okay.
I don't know.
She'll tell us.
Texas.
But and Margaret, thank you for starting the watch party on Facebook.
Yeah, do that.
Great idea. Anybody that wants to do that.
Yay.
So I wanted to by pointing out all those people, we couldn't possibly put a show and include them together if we were doing it here in Geneva with all those folks scattered across the country and even right around these parts. This is really the only way. And so I'm a firm believer in art finds a way, right? And some of the best art was crafted in times of great strife. I was remembering this morning when I was in college and working on theater at SUNY Fredonia, there was a story, and I don't know why this popped into my head today, and I'll keep it short, but there was a theater group that was still managing to perform in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia, which at the time was like an active war zone. And they were still doing shows because they knew that people needed theater and they needed art. And I thought, it has a way. Art finds a way. So I'm really glad to be with everybody tonight. I'm so super thankful for Pam, for you being kind of the driving force behind Theater 444, which itself is great. And I'm so thankful to my fellow performers who are coming out and you guys that are watching. I know that if you're having issues with anything to do with the tech, the first thing I suggest that you do is leave the page or leave the YouTube or however you're watching this. Fully leave that thing, close down the browser, reopen it again. And that's gonna help hopefully get you connected as we work through here.
We think there's little gremlins tonight, tech gremlins out there tonight. So I know
tech gremlins, or there's angels that are trying to make themselves seen and felt.
Angels, yeah, right, exactly.
So y'all angels, dads and grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and all those lovely people that are watching us and supporting us, just know that we got you. You don't need to tell us anymore. The power went out at my house 10 minutes before the show. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going to happen tonight.
I feel you, Gramps. Right.
We're glad we have people from all over the country because in Geneva there are thunderstorms tonight and we're having all kinds of internet stuff going on. So we're glad that we have lots of folks from all over. And my theater friends that are local in our area, you're going to see some old faces that you haven't seen in a while, and I think you're going to love it.
Girl, you just called them old.
I did. Well, I'm old, but I mean, you know.
Let's call them blasts from the past.
A long time ago. A long time ago. So I wanted to throw up a thank you right now. This is our list of new folks that have become paid patrons of Theater 444 over the last few months. We could not thank you more for your support and your help. This list are just angels to us, particularly in this COVID situation. Our overhead still remains, so any support you can give us is so welcome and so thanked. And tonight I want to add Gail Wood to our list. She just sent me a check for $100. Thank you so much, Gail.
Thanks, Gail.
And so if you're interested in helping us, you can go right to our website, and there's a donation link right on our website. So thanks for that.
Going on the bottom. Erin Isaacs, she just sent us some tacos in the box. I'm not sure what those are, but I love tacos.
No, they're party hats, silly. She's excited.
Party hats? I was like, oh, I love tacos.
But yeah.
They're not? Okay, all right.
Hi, Jenny. Jenny's here. We've got
Jenny's
lots
here. Bobby's here.
There's lots of great folks here. So thanks for joining us. We're super excited. So let's get the show going. You want to, Art?
I think so. We're right about on time.
All right.
Our first performer is Greg Maddock, and we got a little video to intro him as we go along. We're going to try to integrate some video tonight. That's different than what we did the first time. So again, fingers crossed. But we're gonna get Greg into us by way of a video. So
have fun, everyone. Yeah.
Enjoy the show.
I got something I do, something I'm proud of, because I do it pretty well. Bing, bang, boom, give me some room. Coming out of my shell. Get out the word, I hear witness. Blow on a trumpet, ring a bell. Holy smokes, look at me, folks. Coming out of my shell.
It doesn't get old, does it?
Isn't it funny? There's something about that show and the songs that float in through my head, and Snail with the Mail is one of them that pokes into my head, coming out of my shell. I always find myself, for some reason, doing get a load of toad, get a load of toad, get a load of toad. I don't know why. Anyway, we're here with you. Paige just sent you a shout out. Thanks, Paige. So, Greg. So you are one of our theater veterans, like Pam and I and many of the people that are involved with Theater 444. You've done just a ton of theater in your life, and it's funny that you and I, in our songs that we're singing tonight, we sort of have something in common in that we're singing songs that we are perhaps the wrong traditional gender for, right? But it's that song that you love to sing in your car. So tell me, what are you singing tonight?
Yeah, so tonight I'm going to sing Moments in the Woods from Into the Woods, which is a show that I love. It's one of my favorites. I've had several experiences with it. I was in it at Gates Hall, youth theater at Gates Hall, when I was in 11th grade. I played Rapunzel's Prince, so got to sing Agony, and that was a lot of fun. I assistant directed a production at a regional theater. I directed a high school production just a couple of years ago, and I would love someday to graduate to playing the baker, but I didn't feel like singing one of the Baker songs tonight, so we're just going with The Baker's Wife.
Sure, why not, right?
Yeah.
It's on my that show's on my list too. I that I would love to someday see us produce and do in maybe a unique, different way than it kind of normally gets done as this sort of giant extravaganza, you know. And anyway, maybe it needs a Theater 444 pared down,
Yeah.
looking at the heart of it and the core of it. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know you're working with students this summer on a theater camp, right?
Yes, I am.
So I wanted to ask you a few words. I didn't really prep you for this question, but just
Okay.
why do you feel like, I know like you, like Pam and I too, have this strong thread in your theater life of working on theater with children and theater for children. Just if you would say a few words about why that's important to you.
Yeah. I love how much how much it expands their worlds, because they haven't graduated from high school yet. They haven't necessarily gone on to have other life experiences. We learn about life through theater, so it's fun to tackle different shows and characters with them to help open their eyes and my eyes as well to other people's experiences. They're also so hungry and eager for it, and so again, hungry to connect with other people their age who like what they like.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily get in your school setting. In my high school, I was one of just a very, very small handful of people who were interested in theater. So I was just longing for that connection, and it's really fun. And so this summer in this theater camp, we have tons of procedures in place for safety
Of course.
that allows to be there and do what we're doing. So
Right.
it's a good challenge. We're 1 week in, 1 week to go. Lots of face masks, gloves, face shields, rotating 30 minutes in a space, out of a space. Pretty extensive. But what's remarkable is on day one, I had asked the students what was the biggest challenge of today, thinking they would say, well, wearing a face mask all day was the challenge, or having to move around so much was the challenge, being outside in the heat was the challenge. They just said the challenge was singing in another language. They're doing Moana Jr. and it had nothing to do with anything that was different because of the pandemic. It was just, well, learning another language was tricky. So
That's really cool.
they're resilient and wonderful, and I think
I always said it was also, for us, it was always interesting when we would get feedback about a particular student, and it would be like, because we did a summer program as well, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was so amazing to see so-and-so up there because, man, he's just hell on wheels in school. And we'd be like, what? Like, this is the sweetest, gentlest,
yeah.
most creative kid. So I think there's that too about getting them to be out and successful when sometimes they might struggle in school. Before I hand it over for you to sing, Greg, I wanted to give a huge shout out to the Langdons for their donation. You've always been so supportive of us financially and through your child, Dawn, that we'll be hearing to sing later. So thank you so much, Langdons. And so, Greg, if you are ready, I can't wait to hear you sing Moment in the Woods from Into the Woods.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Thank you. What was that? Was that me? Was that him? Did a prince really kiss me? And kiss me and kiss me? And did I kiss him back? Was it wrong? Am I mad? Is that all? Does he miss me? Was he suddenly getting bored with me? Wake up, stop dreaming, stop prancing about the woods. It's not beseeming. What is it about the woods? Back to life, back to sense, back to child, back to husband. No one lives in the woods. There are vows, there are ties, there are needs, there are standards, there are shouldn'ts and shoulds. Why not both instead? There's the answer if you're clever. have a child for warmth, and a baker for bread, and a prince for whatever. Never, it's these woods. Face the facts, find the boy, join the group, stop the giant, just get out of these woods. Was that him? Yes, it was. Was that me? No, it wasn't. Just a trick of the woods. Just a moment, one peculiar passing moment. Must it all be either less or more, either plain or grand? Is it always or is it never? And that's what woods are for those moments in the woods. Oh, if life were made of moments, even now and then a bad one. But if life were only moments, then you'd never know you had one. First a witch, then a child, then a prince, then a moment. You can't live in the woods. And to get what you wish, only just for a moment, these are dangerous woods. Let the moment go. Don't forget it for a moment, though. Just remember you've had an hand when you're back to or. Makes the or mean more than it did before. Now I understand, and it's time to leave the woods.
Hey, we are back! And look who we have here, the lovely and talented Ray McAloon.
Hello.
Hello! Oh my God. So, this was the person I was talking about at the beginning that's joining us from Texas.
Houston.
Where? In Houston. Okay, we couldn't remember which one it was. So, from Houston. And I can't say enough. So, Ray and I fell in love both on and off stage during the show of The Wild Party. And I want to show some pictures are going to come up of like a bombshell. Oh my God. What a fun show that was. A little dirty.
Very dirty. Yeah.
But a lot of fun. And, you know, I sang standing in a bathtub. I forgot about that. And
I was on a piano.
Right. Got shot.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot for one show.
Yeah.
Oh, that robe was everything.
I love that robe.
Oh my gosh. In fact, I know that running through after Pam's done with the photos, she's got a video that she's going to show. We're surprising you with a video. So. Fierce.
Oh man.
I always tell people, hey Ted, I always tell people that there's not a lot of shows I would revisit, right? Because I feel like I've done them, I've lived it, I've moved on. But there are a handful, Cabaret, but definitely Wild Party. I would, if Pam called me and said, hey, we're going to do this again, I'd be like, yes. And
yes.
This girl on a diet. But besides that, I also want to mention that Ray also played with us with The Wedding Singer.
I had to do a somersault off that bed.
Wow, that's a lot right there going on. There's a lot of Madonna being channeled right there. Okay, but before we let you sing again, you got some splaining to do, which is that I understand that you have been away from performing. You started performing last year after an 8-year hiatus.
Yeah.
So tell it. What did you do? Tell us about what you returned with.
Yeah, so for 8 years, didn't do anything, nothing. And then I jumped in with 9.
Oh, just a little show.
Just a little show.
Nothing hard about that.
It's not hard at all.
No.
There's an amazing cast of women. There's 2 males. You've got, but it was so wonderful. And it was just so great to get back on the stage. And I wasn't planning on taking another break, but so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, no, I had a break before Wild Party. I think it was maybe 4 years. And then I did Wild Party. So, and then I take an 8-year break and then I do 9. So I do the tough shows when I come back.
Yeah, exactly. There was another show, a cast member of ours, Tedward, is requesting a Wild Party 20th reunion, 2026.
All right.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
We are totally here for that. That's fantastic, and I'm so glad. I miss hearing you sing. I miss seeing you. I miss all those things. I do. Before I turn it over, kind of to let you sing, I want to thank another donor, an old dear friend of the theater and throughout the Finger Lakes, Deb Hodgman, gave a donation to Theater 444. Thank you so much for making this little crazy dream of ours possible in doing these things, both big and small, including the technology behind these live broadcasts and stuff. So, Ray, do you have anything on tap? Do you have anything that you're planning to do next beyond this?
No, just I work with a children's theater in Houston, Hits Theater, and we're
really
fully virtual, and just doing that and keeping some artists working, and just that's what we're doing.
That's awesome, though. I mean,
yeah, it's been really great. We've been able to transition really well and still, work with our students. We've been able to get, other students that we haven't been able to really touch. So it's really amazing to this, as difficult as this is, this new virtual world has kind of helped connect us all in a different way. So yeah.
I don't know if you just saw that, but
my aunt. Yeah, Deborah Volsky.
I was close. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. I was close. Thanks, Aunt Deb, for being with us tonight. Before I let you sing, I also wanted to ask you a question. What was for you your favorite moment from Wild Party?
Oh my goodness.
I know what mine was, but I want to know what yours was.
There's so many different moments that I just adore of the show, but I think my favorite that just sticks with me it happens to be the song that I'm about to sing. But we actually did it as a duet with Laura. I think in the original concept, it was with May and Queenie. They sang it together. And so Pam brought that out, and just, you have this crazy show just going. And then you have the song at the end, and it was so hard to get through it. And I remember the last night seeing Mikey. I don't know if he's watching. I would miss him. He's crying. I could see everybody's on stage because they're all asleep and they're all crying, and you're just trying to get through the song, and Laura's just killing it. And it's just that moment in the show just got me every time. But there were so many amazing moments, but that one was
mine. I love that, but I always go back to the poor child moment. Yeah. The song, it was so hard to learn. It was probably one of the hardest pieces of music I've ever sang on stage. It was hard to pull off technically. It was hard. It was just so many things about it were super challenging and difficult. And
we pulled it off,
And to make it worse, or not worse, but make it better, someone, I don't remember exactly who, posted it to YouTube. So occasionally I'll get a message from somebody that's like, I was Googling and I saw your song. I'm like, really? So I think that's the perfect transition. So folks, you are going to be just so blessed to hear Ray sing How Did We Come to This from the Wild Party. Take it away, Ray.
Right. so sure. We're all so wise. No limits, no boundaries, no compromise. Laughing at our neighbor, smiling through a hiss. How did we come to this? We're all amused, we're all inspired, so cunning, so clever, and so admired. Easy to be angry, easy to dismiss. How did we come to this? Maybe I've been living in a daydream. Maybe I've been talking in my sleep. If I've been awake, pardon my mistake. The time is running low and talk is growing cheap. We play our games, we place our bets. No witness, no weakness, and no regrets. Filling up with frenzy, killing with a kiss. How did we all come to this? Time goes by, plans grow stale, people die, and parties fail. How did we come to this?
Hey, we are
Hi.
back after. Hope y'all enjoyed Ray, and here we are with Rochelle Coons.
Hi.
Now, y'all got to know that Rochelle is one of my favorite people on the planet, and that's because it's true. It's because I've met very few people who are as crazy committed to theater as I can be, where you forego sleep, money,
Yep.
potentially
Life
long to
itself.
medium-term relationships. And I just, it's always so great. Rochelle's always in our corner, keeping us in line and serving in most cases, I like this transition, as our intrepid stage manager.
Yes.
But what many people don't know, and they're about to find out, is that Rochelle is an amazing performer with a beautiful voice. And we got to have fun with Rochelle on stage during Shrek. I think Pam's got a couple of pictures she's going to throw up as we're talking here of that. But tell me about but while she's here they are.
The good old days.
I know. What a fun show that was too.
It was a blast. It was such a blast.
It was such a cool thing to be a part of.
Actually, that was my first time working on stage with you and Pam.
Yeah, it was. And that was a gigantor show. Holy cow!
That was actually my first show in 4 years.
Wow.
I had a 4-year hiatus and then said, you know what, I'm doing it.
All right. Your Uncle Bob and Aunt Kim are watching. Thank you, Uncle Bob and Aunt Kim. We love our theater family.
Yes, definitely.
I wanted to, you had said it was a 4-year break, and you had done a lot of shows in high school and different stuff. So I want to know, what is your first stage memory or theater memory?
Okay, so my first stage/theater memory was summer going from 4th grade to 5th grade. Greg Maddock, who we saw earlier, was actually involved in a program that I was involved in as a child called Curtain Call. So it's a summer theater program, usually held in Lyons, that is for kids now going into 3rd grade through going to be seniors in high school. And you have 4 classes. You have your typical singing, dancing, and acting, but then you also have a class that's known as stageography, which teaches you stage directions and projection and how to build a set and all of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on in theater. And it was a blast. I did it every year until I was going to be a senior in high school, and then they decided to bring me on as an apprentice. And then I worked there for like 6 years every summer. And then I graduated college and got my first full-time job, and I started with Theater 444, and I haven't looked back.
There you go. So I was involved with Curtain Call for 3 years when I worked for Wayne Finger Lakes Bosse's.
Yes.
And I know Greg's given Curtain Call a shout out.
Yeah.
And some really cool people that I've known forever have come out of that. So
it's a really great program.
It's very unique, for our little neck of the woods. So you're doing a song tonight from a show that I don't think a lot of people know about.
Probably not. It's not a very popular show.
Well, okay, but tell us a little bit about
following.
Yes. So tell us a little. Just give us kind of the quick synopsis, the thumbnail sketch of Dogfight.
Right. So it takes place during the Vietnam War. There's a bunch of Marine soldiers who are getting ready to ship out to Vietnam, and they're having their one last night stateside, and they're having a party, and they each bring a date, but the dates don't know that it's not going to go as they want it to. And it centers around 2 characters, Rose and Eddie, who things don't go well at first, but in the end, things end up okay for the most part. And this song in particular is from Rose's point of view.
Okay, that's a perfect lead in. And I know you love this song.
I do.
It was during rehearsal. It was wonderful to hear you sing it, and I know how important. And that's one of the things about theater is that you find a character that kind of can sometimes speak for you.
Yes,
it's such a wonderful gift. So
it is.
If you're ready, please share the gift of a song called "Before It's Over" from Dogfight.
Go.
Take it away.
Thanks. An awkward girl with her guitar, keeping to herself. Friday nights alone, with the records on her shelf.
Hey, Rochelle.
Is it not working?
Well, we just don't hear your accompaniment. You sound beautiful. But
thank you.
We're not hearing your accompaniment. So maybe start your... so now I can't hear you at all. So those of you out in the listening environment, there's quite of a delicate little dance. Yes, I can hear you now. Okay. There's a delicate little dance that goes on behind the scenes that involves like screen sharing and all sorts of craziness. So sometimes we get this thing where the accompaniment is not coming through. So why don't we give it another shot?
Yes, I'm good now. I should be.
Awesome. Great.
Thanks. An awkward girl with her guitar, keeping to herself. Friday night.
All right, Michelle.
Nope.
Girl. All right, here's what I want to do.
It worked the other day.
I know. Folks in the audience, this is the magic of theater you never get to see because it's always flawless when you come to the audience.
And of course, it happens to the stage manager.
Here's what I want you to do, Rochelle. While we're chatting,
Yeah.
what I would like you to do is close out of your
Browser.
restart the share and make sure that little share audio button is clicked.
Yep.
So, folks, I was going to tell you a little bit about, while she's doing that, this new world of it's called OSB, Open Streaming Media, or Open Streaming Broadcast, excuse me. And there's all these different software platforms that have popped up, and this is one of them called StreamYard, and we really like it a lot. That was a shameless plug, StreamYard. You could let us have it for free now. And so Pam is behind the scenes paddling furiously and being a production manager behind the scenes, where she's managing all of these shares and screens and folks backstage. So it looks like it looks like to me that we're ready to try again.
Yes.
Let's give it one more shot.
An awkward girl with her guitar, keeping to herself. Friday nights alone, with the records on her shelf. A waitress, orange, ginger ale, and Coke. Someone you ask out as a joke. I've been that girl who fades away, accepting what I've got, stuck in what I am, and everything I'm not. I've only seen this tiny world I'm in, where I can only be what I've been. See the world, beautiful and strange, spinning off somewhere, saying meet me there. Look how fast it runs away, singing follow close and reach for me. See that you've got so much more to give before it's over. Before it's over. I can't go write another song. I'm too afraid to play or dream how things could change, but only see what's in my way. Can't go back to what I was before, now that I can see so much more. See the world, beautiful and strange, on a one-way track, and it won't come back. Look how fast it runs away, singing follow close and reach for me. See that you've got so much more to be before it's over. I never even knew a world was waiting. Somehow something awful made that world appear. Maybe this sounds crazy, but I'm happy that it happened. Happy that I came. Happy that I'm here. I can feel world, beautiful and strange. Can you see it too? It's so close, don't let it get away. There's so much to do. Before it's over.
Hey, look who's here. It's Joe Gonzalez. How are you tonight, sir?
Hello?
Hello. How are you tonight?
No, I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear me. So here we are again. Well, while they're getting that figured out,
There we go.
while they're getting that figured out, I wanted to just make sure Rochelle's mom and dad were in on that too. They didn't want to be the only coons to get the shout out. So there you go, mom and dad. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Very good. So glad to see you.
You too.
And I wanted to. I know that I have so many things I want to talk to you about, but I think first I want if Pam can show some photographs. You've been a part of some of our favorite shows in the last couple years with the last 5 years. No, with Theater 444. I'm hoping that Pam can throw up some pictures because I really love. She's got some great shots. Of course, this is Next to Normal, which was such an amazing production that from the Black Box in Geneva.
Yeah, I love that one. It was a difficult show emotionally, for sure. I mean, a lot of shows are difficult emotionally for various reasons, but
Yeah.
that one was a double dose.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're very such a unique role, right? I mean, you don't usually get to play someone who's dead.
Right. Yeah.
And then
I am the one who helped you. I am the one who cried. I am the one who watched while you died. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am the one who loved you. I tried pretending that I don't give a damn, but you've always known who I am. Gabe. Gabriel. Hi, Dad.
and we all cried. Okay.
Every rehearsal, every show night.
The ugly cry. Yeah. It's always, I love watching and seeing pictures of Next to Normal in particular, because it was one of those I never got sick of watching you folks perform it, but I loved how the technical elements came together. It was such a visually stunning show to watch as much as to listen to. Then there was Pippin. Pam's throwing up some pictures of Pippin. That was a really a very unique production. It was Theater 444's first large full stage production, as opposed to a black box.
Oh, look at those pictures.
I know, they're so cool. It was a really unique concept, and it was a really kind of an old 70s show that really worked well in the modern context. It was really neat. That's a good lead into my question, though. So my question for you, and I know this is a hard one, your top 3 roles to date, and don't feel like they have to be Theater 444 roles. Top 3 roles to date.
All right. I can answer that question, but in no particular order. So
Okay, deal.
That's the best I can do.
That's a deal.
So one of them would be Joe Gillis from Sunset Boulevard. I did Mid-Lakes Theater Experience back in the day. That was a very challenging role that I enjoyed a lot. And actually, I think definitely a Pippin, as we just saw, that's number 2, not in order, but yeah.
Gotcha.
And number 3, I honestly, I think 2019 was the year. Next to Normal would be, Gabe was probably the other one. Pinocchio was fun, and I've done other roles too, but Pinocchio was the other one I was thinking about, but it just doesn't have quite the same depth and heft.
Heft. I know tonight that you're singing a song from the musical version of Big Fish.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might know that as a movie, but
Sure.
kind of like Rochelle did, why don't you give us a little rundown of what the story of Big Fish is?
Yeah, so roughly, really, ultimately, it's about the relationship between a father and his son. the father kind of goes on, or at least tells his son that he goes on a bunch of journeys through these stories. And it's sometimes hard to tell what's real, what's not real throughout the story. And then at the end, you meet a lot of the real characters that the father met, and maybe some of the elements of the story are embellished, or the son's imagining of those stories that are embellished, maybe. But he did end up meeting a lot of these people along the way, and so there's a lot of themes about father-son relationships, what stories are and what they mean, and I think that's an important aspect of theater. You have the technical elements, but at base it's about truth and about people. So that's my pitch.
That's a great pitch. So the song that you're going to be singing is called "Stranger." Can you give us a little background, just a little bit about what's going on at the time this song? Yeah.
So this is the son talking about how he has a kid on the way, and he's reflecting on how that's going to affect and hopefully bolster and maybe mend his relationship with his father. It's a great song.
We can't wait to hear it. So without further ado, here is Joe Gonzalez singing "Stranger" from Big Fish.
Stranger, I'm feeling stranger than I've ever felt before, and so much more different, like something old has joined with something new, but still feels true. I'm passing through a ride that every parent does. I'm walking on some shared familiar ground, yet every step I take is not a step that was. And I found I like the sound of stranger. A child I've yet to meet becomes my everything, my song to sing. Father, and suddenly the weight of it is real. What do I feel? I feel connected in a way I've never known. A line from dad to me to newborn son. So from today I'll never make a choice alone. One for all for one. And when he's born, I'll teach him how to use his common sense. He'll listen and he'll learn and he'll excel. I'll tell my son that life is lived in clear and present tense, not only in the stories we can tell. My father told me stories I could never comprehend. In every tale he claimed to be the hero. I tried to understand him, but I wonder if I can. Because after almost 30 years, I still don't know the man. I wish I knew the man, but he's a stranger. My father is a stranger, I know very well. A puzzling tale of both. What's on its way may help us both to grow. I don't know when I'll understand what made him wild. I don't know why he has the urge to fly. I want to face him like a man and not a child, so I'll try. I'll really try. And in time, my boy is sure to see brighter days for Dad and me. We can do things better than before. So that strangers we will be. No more.
there. Look who we've got. It's Derek Korsner.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad
Awesome.
to be here.
So, we are too. So Derek is one of our newest members to our little troop of crazies, and we're so glad you joined us for Pippin. Oh, look, there's some pictures.
Yeah,
There's
I love
you
that
right there,
costume.
and
Made you feel like you could do anything.
the costume did.
Yeah, it's a great costume.
I love the whole sort of steampunk aesthetic that a lot of you had.
Yeah, it was really wonderful. Yeah,
There was
that was the first show I did with both my dad and my brother, so it was like a really cool experience to have them both on stage with me.
Aw, I guess I didn't put that together. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's amazing. I have to interrupt our conversation for 1 second to just send a shout out to Hillary Chaya, who sent in a donation for $100. Thank you so much. Hillary, I think Joe inspired her to do that. So thank you so much. Derek, I also wanted a couple other things of note about the already amazing and famous Derek Korsner. First of all, you were the second recipient of the scholarship that's named after our dear friend, in memory of our dear friend, Ralph Sinacropi.
Yes, I was.
And you used that kind of as part of your studies at FLCC?
Yeah, I definitely think a lot about, because I never knew Ralph particularly, but I think about him a lot. And he has like a bench downtown in Seneca Falls, and I go in and I sit there all the time whenever I need to think. I always kind of think like, because I heard someone tell me once that when they saw me on stage, they saw Ralph. And to me, that's what I kind of think of like my performing career is supposed to be, is like helping people remember such a great person. And Pam added me to like the Ralph's Conga Line Facebook group. So I'm getting to hear all these wonderful stories about, about a great man. It makes me feel really good that, I won an award after him.
And those of us that knew him for a large chunk of our lives couldn't be more touched to hear you say that. I'm like getting choked up. So thank you so much for that. And you just graduated from FLCC. Congratulations.
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
In weird graduation year 2020. And tell us kind of what's next for you?
Right. So I'm transferring in the fall to Utica College, where I'll be a political science major with a minor in theater.
Nice. No one needs acting more than politics. So you're
exactly.
So thank you for that. I know you're singing a song tonight for us from Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes.
And speaking of challenging pieces of theater, so I want to just set that up a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what's going on, before and leading up to this song.
Right. So basically, Dr. Jekyll, he's trying to figure out why people are evil. He doesn't understand it. So he tries to devise a way to separate the good and evil, and so he can fix like a loved one who's like gone insane and is off his rocker. And he ends up having to test on himself because no one will let him test it. And instead of eliminating all the evil, he separates it into a different persona. So now there are two personas living inside of him. One himself, who is all good, and Hyde, who is all evil, who possesses his body and makes him do terrible things. And in this song, they actually are having an argument while Jekyll is trying to eliminate Hyde, trying to kill him, but still be alive himself.
Got it. So in this song, you're kind of singing as both personas.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That was actually like one of the reasons I fell in love with this song, because when I first heard this song, I was like, I knew the story of Jekyll and Hyde. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Like there's supposed to be one guy, but they did it with two. I was like, oh, this is an interesting duet. And then I looked it up and I was, no, like that's just one guy, and it blew my mind.
So in that case, I think with that lead in, we're going to have Derek Korsner singing Confrontation from Jekyll and Hyde. So take it away, Derek.
Thank you. Am I a good man? Am I a bad man? It's such a fine line between a good man and a... Do you really think that I would ever let you go? Do you think I'd ever set you free? If you do, I'm sad to say, it simply isn't so. You will never get away from me. All that you are is a face in the mirror. I close my eyes and you disappear. I'm what you face when you face in the mirror. Long as you live, I will still be here. All that you are is the end of a nightmare. All that you are is a dying scream. After tonight, I will end this demon dream. This is not a dream, my friend, and it will never end. This one is the nightmare that goes on. Night is here to stay, no matter what you may pretend. And he'll flourish long after you're gone. Soon you will die and my memory will hide you. You cannot choose but to lose control. You can't control me, I live deep inside you. Each day you feel me devour your soul. I don't need you to survive like you need me. I'll become whole as you dance with death. And I'll rejoice as you breathe your final breath. For I'll live inside you forever now, with Satan himself by my side now. And I know that now and forever they'll never be able to separate Jekyll from Hyde. Can't you see it's over now? It's time to die. No, not I, only you. If I die, you'll die too. You'll die in me, I'll be you. Damn you, Hyde. Leave me be. Can't you see? You are me! No! Deep inside, I am you. You are Hyde. No, never, yes, forever. Goddamn you, Hyde. Take all your evil deeds and rot in hell. I'll see you there, Jekyll. Never!
Well, hello. If it isn't the beautiful Kylie.
Hi.
Hi. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So this is another one of our far-flung friends. Kylie's coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia. Our own little Georgia peach of the family.
Yeah, the South, you know.
Out the South. So I know that so Kylie performed in a show with that Pam and I worked on when she was a teeny tiny Kylie, and I know that as a bit of a surprise, we're going to show a video clip of that.
Oh boy. Gosh, that feels like so long ago. So much fun. I met so many good friends that, like, for a lifetime and doing that show. So that was awesome.
One of the reasons that we just that's one of the awesome things about theater is that you meet lifelong friends. I know that you kind of went a direction that a lot of our folks, friends and folks don't necessarily go to is you went into a professional music career.
I did. Yeah, that's me.
So
Yeah.
tell us about these. Like, what have you been doing? Just kind of give us a little rundown.
Yeah, so I mean, I got my, start in theater. Musical theater obviously is where my roots are at. And as I got older, I started auditioning for a lot more commercial type stuff. And, I kept getting the push that I was too musical theater, can you believe it? And so I took the pop music route. I had been writing songs since I was a young girl. I wanted to share my story, share my voice. And, I had looked up to so many people and I was like, I want to be on stage. I want 10,000 people screaming my name. But I've been really blessed to do some really cool things with my music and being on Spotify and iTunes and stuff and making music videos and performing for the Atlanta Hawks, just like things that I never thought I would do. So it's been awesome.
Aw, that's amazing. But I know that you've been missing theater.
So much. 7 years. I haven't been on a musical theater stage in 7 years. So
we need to take a baby step to helping you to make that happen. So I know you're going to be singing a song from Bonnie and Clyde, which is a really, after the rehearsal the other day, I said to your Aunt Pam, I said, this show and its role would be perfect for you. Like, if you could find a place that's doing it, you need to just figure out a way to audition for it. Because
so if anybody's watching in Georgia and some local theaters, type some reviews.
There you go. Reach out and do that. So I can't wait to hear you sing this song again. I loved hearing you sing it the other day. It warms my heart in so many ways. Before I do that though, I got to say a couple things. We've gotten a couple more donations, and thank you so much to Andrew Gibson. We love that you're supporting us. And Mary Gibson, if you're connected or not, don't care. Thank you so much for your donation. And thanks for all the people that are participating in the chat. By the way, we're watching that, and it's so cool. Kylie, you've been getting a bunch of shout outs from all over the place.
Thanks, everyone.
From Megan and Jake Bolton and Jennifer Wagner, Hannah Malin File.
Look at that. Thanks, guys.
So,
yeah.
Without further ado, here we have Kylie singing How About a Dance from Bonnie and Clyde.
How about a dance? What do you say? I've got some moves that I'd love to show you. Let's find a spot and dance the night away. About a dance, it's always fun. Come over here, let me get to know ya. Can't beat a band to lift your spirits high. You look so handsome. How about a dance? Let's make a start. Music like this can really throw you. You'll lose the blues and you may lose your heart. Tonight's the night I've been waiting for. Even the moon looks just right, I'm sure the crowd will make room on the floor. If they see you look like you do, so how about a dance? Let's make a start. Music like this can really, you'll lose the blues and you may lose your heart. your
Hey, look who we've got.
Hi,
Hi, Meredith. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I want to introduce everybody to you in a second, but I wanted to just put in a couple little points of order here. The folks that I was shouting out to for their donation, Andrew and Mary Gibson, those are Ray's parents, by the way, that sang earlier. So big shout out to our moms and dads, those of us that have been in theater, and I know this is you two that have always been so supportive of our music and what our crazy artistic endeavors. We just got another one from Deb Korsner. Thank you so much, Deb. And thanks to our friends from all across the country at this point that we have listening in. It's so wild that people from all over the country are watching and listening. But Meredith, now this moment is all about you. So Meredith, if you would just, music's in your blood, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to, how did you get involved in Theater 444?
I decided that I missed actually being on stage. I had been playing for some shows locally. I had taken a long break, really, and I said, I'm just going to audition. And I auditioned for Spring Awakening, and that led to something else because the pianist was not able to play. So I said, I play the piano, I'll step up. And so I played for that show, and then it went on from there, and I started music directing for Pam. Thank you, Pam, for having faith in me. And it's been awesome. I've loved it.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
You're another one of the folks that's that's singing a more contemporary piece tonight. We seem to have a lot of young shows in the mix tonight. So,
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about the song you're singing and a little bit about why you picked it?
Yes, so I'm going to be singing Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen, which is a show I've never seen. I would love to. But the reason I picked it, I do a lot of accompanying for people, which I love. It's one of my favorite things to do. But every so often I get some songs that I'm like, man, I really want to sing that song. And this is one of those. So it's not necessarily a dream role for me, but it's one of my dream songs, where I want my chance to sing it and play it as well, and not just accompany somebody else. So that's why I picked it.
That's amazing, and that's what I was just gonna say. Is tell us where you are, because you're in a different setting, I think.
I am in my church. I'm in St. Michael's Church because they have this lovely grand piano that I love. I come here a lot and just play. Thankfully, they let me. So, thanks, Greg.
Yeah, and that's kind of we're excited to have you sing tonight because you're one of the only person that's singing with live accompaniment.
Yes.
One of the technical challenges that we haven't quite been able to overcome is distanced accompaniment, and so we're really I'm so thankful for you to hear you both play, because you play beautifully, and to sing and to hear your beautiful voice. So if you're ready, we would love to hear your version of Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen.
Yep. Why should I play this game of pretend? Remembering through a secondhand sorrow, such a great son and wonderful friend. Oh,
it's still sunny tomorrow. I could give in to all of them. But tell me what for. Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I start to break in pieces? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your love? I'm missing your memory You were the cloud that swallowed us whole, refusing the love we endlessly gave you. You were a fire out of control, the blaze that couldn't be tamed. Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I sing or keep you with me? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl? Saying that I miss you and that my world has dark without you. Sing your memory. Cannot play the grieving girl. Saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark. I'm missing your memory. I'm missing your memory
And confetti cannons! Oh, everyone, you are in for a treat. We are here with Randy Hemp.
Hi, RJ. Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching tonight.
Oh my God! So Randy is just one of our favorite people in the universe, both as a really all-around great human, but also a super talented performer, and has done so many cool things. We've done more theater together than I think we would have time to talk about in a show with just he and I. There's all the way back. So Randy's the little peanut on the far left there from West Side Story when he was about 3 years old. Then there he is as the bartender in Wedding Singer.
Wow.
And there we are in Plaid. One of my favorite theater memories of all time is Forever Plaid. I know that actually, I think that. Oh wait, before we do that, also plays. This is a show we did Enchanted April that we actually ended up performing for in competition.
Asleep on the Wind. Asleep on
the Wind. Sorry, Asleep on the Wind. I keep saying Enchanted April. Asleep on the Wind that we performed at competition for New York State and won some awards for. Right there. Copa, of course. Copa Cabana.
Wow.
Oh, you're a good man, Charlie Brown, and the giant couch. Aw, look at that. And of course, back to Footloose. We had a ball. We had a ball doing Footloose. It was one of the biggest productions that we had done, and it was such a cool experience. I know that Pam's got another video that she wants to show, so I'm hoping that she can plop that in.
Who pulled out the VHS and dusted her off? Like, holy moly.
No, and you're not. That's actually not an exaggeration. That's exactly what Pam was like videotaping with her phone. It was just I'll tell you, I have not seen a lot of that show on video, and I need to pull it out at some point. And we should have a little. Next time you're in town, we'll have to come together and try to get Todd back up here. And you're getting all sorts of love from across the country there, Randy. So and Pam's mom, Peachy, was also mentioning that we dedicated Forever Plaid to Pam's dad, Big Phil, and it was one of his favorites that we ever did. So in addition, though, to all of our theater antics, you went off and did some big boy theater, right? Yeah. So tell us about all the things that you've done. Now, they weren't little, but.
Well, I started along with a long list of us, and they're also all over the country. Probably have a bunch of us watching right now. Fredonia alumni. So I did studied some dance out there and some music, and then I went off into the Florida area and worked at amusement parks and did some cruise ship work and got to perform at various theaters out there. Did some original pieces. And then I just felt really moved to move out here where I'm at now, lovely, fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. So keeping it up here too. Got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah, there's if anybody else from the Finger Lakes is on, we got our Waterloo hometown boy Andy Wright, who produces a lot of theater out there. Did you do any of his? Did you do one of his?
Yeah, we've done a few shows together now at this point, and we were actually going to do a production of Rocky Horror Picture Show live at the House of Blues. It's supposed to be in April.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so that has been postponed, is what they'd like to say. So we'll see when we can get back there. But Andy's always got stuff going on, and he pulls in nothing but the best of them. I've made some of the closest, most dear friends of mine here through him. And I met him through the theater back in New York all these years ago. So there's the magic right there.
You both are good people, so I'm not surprised. Now, also, but before you got to actually sing something, but not just chat with me.
Oh, right.
But tell us about the TV pilot.
Oh, so last year, it's at this point, it's local independent production out of Las Vegas. We started last year. It's a pilot of a series called Grooving to the Jive. It's set in the 1970s. It's about a cop duo. It's very blaxploitation feel. I play the pansy sidekick, and we thought we were all wrapped up with it last year, and after the whole post-production, we were a little shy, so they decided to actually go back in and kind of rework some stuff, and we were actually just filming this past week. So it's different now, the entire crew has masks and the whole face gears and all of that stuff. So it's a different thing, but we're still making it happen,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're singing a song tonight from Avenue Q, which is in my bucket list too of shows that I would love to do, with the unique challenges associated with it. It's funny because I sing the song that you're singing when I teach my a public speaking class that I teach, and I
took your class.
You did. And I do a section on, establishing your purpose, your specific purpose and your general purpose. And I sing this song. So
nice.
So ladies and gentlemen, be prepared to be entertained by the lovely and talented Randy Hampel singing Purpose from Avenue Q.
All right. Purpose. It's that little flame that lights a fire under your ass. Purpose keeps you going strong like a car with a full tank of gas. Everyone else has a purpose, so what's mine? Hey, look, here's a penny. It's from the year I was born. It's a sign. I don't know how I know, but I'm gonna find my purpose. I don't know where I'm gonna look, but I'm gonna find my purpose. Gotta find out, don't wanna wait. Got to make sure that my life will be great. I've gotta find my purpose before it's too late. He's gonna find his purpose. Yeah. He's gonna find his purpose. I'm gonna find my purpose. Could be far, could be near. Could take a week, a month, a year. At a job, smoking grass, maybe act a pottery class. Could it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good. I'm gonna find my purpose, yeah. You're gonna find I'm gonna find my purpose. What will it be? Where will it be? My purpose in life is a mystery. I've gotta find my purpose. I've gotta find me. You're gonna find your purpose. Yes, I am. I'm gonna find my purpose. Yeah. You're gonna find your purpose. Yeah. Gotta find me.
I love that last video you just played.
I know, isn't that funny?
Oh, it's a shame that Randy's such a quiet wallflower, isn't it?
I know.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, here we are.
Singing with the voices in his head. I mean, anybody that knows Randy knows he has voices in his head. So those are his backup singers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I can't thank everyone enough for joining in tonight and our singers. It was so nice to see so many friends from so long ago. It was just it was a treat. It was a super treat.
Absolutely. And we've got we're still we're plugging along. You know, a friend of ours that I went to college with, Pam and I went to college with, that passed away much too soon this year from cancer. She had a slogan that she said, which was always be producing. And, you know, we've really taken that to heart. And even in this crazy time, we're still producing. And we have things that we've got planned. We've been doing these fun musical theater trivia nights.
Oh, yeah, we got one next week. Oh, my goodness. We have such a hoot with Greg. On next Wednesday night, you need to come. Trivia night is a hoot. Super fun. Just fun. Pour a cocktail, glass of water, cup of coffee, whatever you do, and have a few laughs and try out some trivia. We're also looking into producing shows online, not just maybe one more or so of these, but also producing actual productions in an online environment. Well, we really want to get your input, so you should be getting a survey in your email. If you are on our mailing list, you should be getting a survey soon. We're going to be asking you what it is you want to see and what you would pay to see. And we're really curious. So I hope that you'll take some time to fill out that survey. And if you're not on our mailing list, just message us through Facebook or through our website, either way, and we'll get you on the mailing list so you can get our newsletter. Absolutely. You know, we do hope to be getting back at you in a live format, hopefully, you know, in an in-person format in some shape, way, or form. Come fall, maybe at least winter. We've got some great ideas. We do. We're trying to not be hasty in our decision making. So we one of the things that we always strive for is quality, and so we're making real careful decisions about what we're doing. I wanted to also throw this out there. Our friends at Geneva Theater Guild have a show coming up, an online streaming show. One of my favorite plays, Almost Maine. It's coming up July 23rd online. You can find them on Facebook and stream that play. So we're excited for them. Yeah, and please do keep your eyes open wherever you are. You guys are all across the country. Please look and see what your both professional and nonprofit community theaters are trying to do online, and get out there and support them, because we're all forging new ground here, and the theater community is one of the most challenging to transition to an online environment because of how collaborative it is. And so please do keep your eyes open. And like Pam said, we do certainly have things that are coming. And until then, we're just waiting for life to begin. Ooh, there's a professional segue right there. So my song that I'm gonna share is called "Waiting for Life to Begin" from Once on This Island. And like at the very beginning of the show, when I was talking to Greg, you know, there's shows that you can have as a dream role, but knowing that you'll never get to play because, you know, this was sung by a young woman of color who is dreaming about the bigger things. But I just, this is always in my car. I know many of you, my theater friends, probably have a playlist or even still a CD like I do mine's called Sing It Out, when I'm just in the car and there's songs I love to belt, from Wicked to all sorts of stuff that you just love to sing. So what I'm going to sing and end out the show with tonight is a little song called "Waiting for Life to Begin" from Once on This Island. I have to do my own little tech transition here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, RJ, for hosting. And oh, Pam, I think we missed. I think I forgot to mention one person who made a donation. Bjorn Woldbeck. Thank you so much for your donation. And thank you to everyone that sent a donation tonight. Really, it was lovely. Thank you so much. So it really does help. Even like boring things like paying for a storage unit. You know, those bills got to get paid. So thank you so much. We love you. Keep your eye on us, like us on Facebook, and share us. And we hope to see you soon in the theater. Absolutely. Take it away. Will do. A stranger in white in a car
going somewhere, going far. How it must feel to be racing wherever you please, flying as free as a bird with its tail in the breeze. Even the fish in the sea must be longing to fly, catching a glimpse of the stranger in white racing by. Oh gods, are you there? What can I do to get you to look down and give in? Oh gods, hear my prayer. I'm here in the field with my feet on the ground and my fate in the air, waiting for life to begin. Mama's contented and Tauntaun accepts what he gets. Happy for tea in their cup and no holes in their nets. Happy to have what they have and to stay where they are. They never even look up at the sound of a car. A stranger racing down the beach, racing to places I was meant to reach. My stranger, one day you'll arrive. The car will stop and in I'll hop and off we'll drive. We'll drive. Oh gods, please be there. Don't you remember your little Tim from the tree? Wake up, look down, hear my prayer. Don't single me out and then forget me. Oh gods, let me fly. Send me to places where no one before me has been. You spared my life, show me why. You get me to rise like a fish to the bait, then tell me to wait. Well, I'm waiting for life to begin. Waiting for life to begin.